Good evening, everyone. Kristen Swilley here. So sorry I could not make it in person tonight. I've recently been added to the night side shift, so you guys know that cuts right into our meetings. But I wanted to come to you tonight about something very important, and that is awards, something I know that we can all participate in and win this year. I was fortunate enough last year to be nominated for and win 2 awards, one of which was an SPJ Ohio Award for Best Television Reporter. The second one was an NABJ Salute to Excellence Award for international, in the international category, market 16 and below, for a story I did about an acid attack survivor from Uganda. So what was really important, I think, that I learned from this past award season was just really how few people go after some of these, I guess you want to say, quote unquote, less prestigious awards. They're not Emmys, they're not Murrows, but for someone like me who's never really applied to anything before now, at least not in my professional career post-college, I just really wanted to sort of get my feet wet and go for something that I thought would be not as big, I guess, as an Emmy or a Murrow, and it worked out. So few people apply for these awards. I would strongly encourage you, first of all, in terms of cost, and that's a big concern for a lot of people, I would absolutely approach your station management as early as you can to see if they will help you out with the cost of these awards. They really should. And even if they can't, some of these are pretty inexpensive to actually enter, especially the local SPJ awards, the state SPJ awards, AP awards, and you'll find that, again, not a lot of people are applying. And more importantly for our group, not a lot of people of color are applying, in these organizations in many cases desperately want to diversify their winners and in turn their membership. So if you've got a story, particularly one that relates to the African American community, that's something that they don't see a lot. So feel free and feel encouraged, especially as we go into this Black History Month, that you'll maybe have even more stories related to that might really be good for diversity purposes. I would strongly encourage you to go ahead and put those out. I was able to include one of those in my sort of overall compilation for my Best Reporter Award, and it worked out. And I felt like being in that room, the awards for Ohio SPJ take place up in Canton, and just being one of the few people, not only Black people, but just people of color in that room, one of the few women in that room, they were really appreciative of having stories that reflected that demographic. So I think that really helped me out. Also, NABJ awards have so many categories, so many obscure categories. So I told you guys I want an international award. So basically it's international market 16 and below in television is what the actual award is for this story I did in partnership with one of our digital reporters. No one else entered the category. That's how I won. So, or at least no one else was nominated. I was the only nominee, so I knew I would win. So that's just one of those things that honestly, there's like 100 different categories. Put in for one and see if, you might not get the Reporter of the Year, you might not be April Ryan, but if you can find a category that's like best cat-related radio program, market 16 and below, there's a good chance no one else is going to enter that but you, and you could very well win a national award, which looks great. So, not that you couldn't win a bigger award, but if you're like me, just trying to get out there, get your feet wet, have never done this before, it's a great way to start things off. So, and then maybe from there on, go on to more of the APs, the Emmys, the Murrows. Not that you can't do those off the bat, but I was nervous about the cost and that I just wouldn't fare that well with my first time trying anything. I kind of wanted to see, again, get my feet wet, see how it was all going to go. So that's what I did. That's my advice. Go to management early. Tell them what you're interested in. They're more than likely very, if they have a good relationship with you, they want to help you out. They want to do well. They want to win awards because you win awards, they win awards. So go to them early. Figure out some of the costs for these things. They do change year to year, but like I said, many of them, especially SPJ, are less than $100. And there's also don't forget, there's also a local SPJ contest as well that is well under $100. And we've obviously partnered with them in the past as well, so that would be great. And those NABJ awards, you're gonna have to look up things for Emmys and Murrows, and don't be afraid to just go to your managers, let them know what you're trying to do, and know that your odds are probably a lot higher than you think they are, because a lot of people out there just don't have the time, the money, or just the quality of work to go into entering these awards. And I know you guys have that quality of work. I know how hardworking everyone in our organization is. So I hope this was helpful. This is a little bit longer than I intended for it to be, but I hope everybody has a great meeting. And again, I look forward to seeing you all soon. Best of luck in this award season.